So I just wanted to give a brief overview of how to use decoys for turkey hunting. So first and foremost, obviously you want to figure out what you're going to use for a blind, because with turkeys, their vision is probably their greatest asset. They can see really, really, really well, and they can see hundreds of yards, and they can be looking through all the sticks and branches, and they'll see you. So as a hunter, you have the option to get a commercial turkey blind. Those run, I guess you could probably find them as low as like 50, maybe up to $200 depending. And basically, these are usually pop-up blinds similar to a tent, and you just kind of put them out in the woods and put them together and hunt away. Or you could do what me and Fiona are doing: find the spot that you're going to be turkey hunting in the spring, and you can go out and build like a natural blind. If you've been following my channel, you've seen we've kind of made a lean-to structure in the woods. Got some downed pines and kind of filled it in, and we're still working on it, but I'm pretty happy with the result that we've come up with. So when hunting season comes, opening day of turkey season, the season runs about a month, and the season kind of lines up with the mating season for turkey. So what are the two biggest motivators for most animals? Food and, probably don't have to say it, but it does line up with mating season. And I always like to say, when you're driving down the street and you notice like animal after animal after animal getting hit, there's only one thing that's going to motivate an animal to be stupid enough to cross the street to get hit by a car. I don't have to say it. So whatever animal you happen to be seeing any time of the year, it's usually probably the mating season for that given animal, whether it be deer or squirrels or coyotes or turkeys. Whenever it's a mating season, often you see a lot of roadkill associated with that animal, because there is only one thing that'll drive an animal to be stupid enough to get hit by a car. I don't have to say it. So baiting, check your local laws, rules, and regulations, but baiting is usually an illegal means of hunting turkey. You may be allowed to bait off season, but within the hunting season, and usually weeks ahead of the hunting season, you should not be baiting turkeys. So what we hunters rely on is decoys. So you have your blind set up in the woods. The turkey cannot see you, but if you just go and throw a blind in the woods in the middle of nowhere, what are the chances a turkey is just going to happen across your path? It's got the whole property to work with. So you as a hunter do have to attract the turkey to your location. And what is the first thing a hunter is going to do? It's going to use a turkey call, because you ring out a turkey call, that is a turkey's first indication that another turkey is within 100, 200, 300 yards of his location. This is a box call. This is probably the loudest of the calls that they sell. And this is basically, it's got this little thing, if you don't know what it is, and you just, I don't want to do it too loud because I'm in a building, but. So that would be basically a call that a hen would make. So you don't want to overdo it. You do it once and you stop and see if there's any sort of reaction. Normally, if there's a tom anywhere nearby, it's gonna kind of go, you'll hear it react. If it reacts, you do not have to call anymore. It already knows you're there. It will pretty much start making its way towards you. The call is only the first step though, because from there, the tom is going to start looking for that hen. It kind of knows the direction the call came from, but it doesn't know exactly where the what caused that call to occur. So the second step is the decoy. So when the tom, again, they have very good vision, they can see potentially hundreds of yards. You want to make sure that when you're doing a call that there's a source of the call beyond a reasonable doubt. And that would be the turkey hen decoy. So if you have a turkey hen making a call, you want to make sure you have the actual hen. So usually you just put a little stand on here and place that right in the woods, and there's your hen. This looks fairly realistic. This is probably one of the more realistic hen decoys I've used in the last few years. I had another hen decoy that was 3D, but it was just very cheap plastic. This one's a little better, and I've also used like 2D printout decoys, which were okay, but obviously limited in capacity. But this is a pretty good decoy. Now, the nature of toms is they're kind of king turkey. So what typically will end up happening is the tom doesn't want to go to the hen. He wants the hen to come to him. Toms are usually in the habit of strutting. They'll find like a big open field or open spot in the woods, and the strutting. They want all the hens to come to him. So so we're in a bind because we're in a stationary blind. We're not able to move to the tom, and obviously we can't anyway, because if the tom sees you coming, he's gonna fly off probably. So so we have to figure out how to get the tom to come to the hen. Obviously, one principal element of that is don't call back. Play hard to get. The tom, will get frustrated that the hen's not coming, and he might end up heading your way. But there's actually a more surefire way to make that happen, and that would be competition. So they have what's called a Jake decoy. A Jake is basically a younger male turkey that's not a full-blown tom. And the tom, when it sees a Jake attempting to mate with a female, they get very angry, and I'm sure if you do some searching, you'll find that they actually attack Jake decoys because they're trying to maintain their dominance. Well, I don't know what would make a tom any more angry than not only just a Jake trying to breed a hen, but a really sickly non-alpha like Jake. So I bought this. This is called the Funky Chicken. It is a very, very small Jake decoy. Almost looks like he hasn't had a meal in like probably a few weeks. So this thing apparently will make toms very angry. So you got your call. The tom knows you're there. The tom looks around, he sees the hen, and then not only does he see the hen, but he sees some lowly peasant trying to move in on his woman. So this is the setup I'm using this year for opening day with Fiona. And I think if there's a tom present in the woods and he sees this happening, I give it about a 85 to 90% chance he's going to be coming our way. So that's turkey hunting in a nutshell. Again, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I will do my best to get back to you.